Hello guys, it's Bianca, and today's video is going to be about should you, nursing student, work while you are in nursing school? Stay tuned to find out. Okay, um, if you're wondering if you should work while you're in nursing school, let me just say this. If you decide not to, just know that that's okay. If you decide that you want to, also know that it's possible. So I don't want you to ever think that it's completely impossible to work while you're in nursing school, because it's not. Um, a lot of people who are pursuing a nursing degree at the moment, they're choosing this is a second career for them. Therefore, they have families they have to support, and so not working is not entirely an option for them. But they make do, and they do what they have to do. So I'll give you a little story. It took me about 30 seconds. When I first started the nursing program, my intentions weren't to work per se. I wanted to focus all my time on school because I knew the program was going to be really tough because they told me it was going to be really tough. So I didn't want to work. And funny story, I actually tried to claim unemployment for my previous job, but that didn't fall through. So like I needed to make money, and so what I did was I got a seasonal job at Target to see if I would be able to manage working and going to school. So fast forward a few weeks later down the line, I realized that I was able to do it, and therefore I'm also in the process of finding another like part-time, like two more part-time jobs, for the simple fact that why not? I have loans that I have to pay, I have tuition that I have to pay, and yeah. So that's just my backstory, and let me show you guys how I did it. So these are my tips on how I think you can be successful if you work while you're in nursing school. So, tip number one, know your schedule in advance, your work schedule, I mean. Now, if you are fortunate enough to have a schedule where it is fixed, it is the same every week, then God bless you. It makes everything so much easier because you know what days you have to study, what days you can study, more, less. If you choose to not study on that particular day, hey, it's up to you, but you know how much time, and you can plan your study time around it. Working at Target, our schedules changed. My schedule changed every week, so I had to know my schedule in advance. So luckily for me, they posted 2 to 3 weeks in advance, so I would know my schedule. So I would schedule around my work time, my study time, and kind of like do it like that, and study while I was on break. Also study while just study whenever I feel like I needed to. Tip number two is stay later at school. This has helped me tremendously. Before, once I was finished, I used to like bounce, like I was not trying to stay on campus once I was finished with class. But I realized when I stay later after school, it benefits me so much because I can study. I'm in a student environment, and I tend to not go on Netflix and finish season 8 of The Office. So it has helped me tremendously. So I definitely recommend staying later after class on days that you don't have to work. Tip number 3 is study during your work or a lunch break. Some jobs are office jobs. For example, when I was studying for the T's, I studied while I was at work, and while I was on the clock, I would had a little notebook with me, and I would always study. I'll share more of that later. So you can do the same if you work a desk job. You can study while you're at work. You just pull out your stuff whenever there's downtime, whenever you finish what you need to finish. Just go ahead and study your little heart away. And if you have like online versions of books, it definitely helps even more because you don't have to carry around a big book. You can just go online and boom, you have it, or use your phone to do it, or your tablet, or whatever. And if your bosses know that you're in nursing school, they may be like let you study and stuff like that, especially if it's for a job where you plan on staying or getting promoted once you become a nurse. They definitely will. Not all, but some are happy about it or don't pull your teeth too much. So definitely working in the medical field or whatever field where the nursing degree, which is a lot, can benefit. I feel like it's very, very important. Okay. Tip number three, actually that's tip number three. Tip number four is, guys, if you feel like you're working way too much and you just have absolutely no time to study, you're like, oh, I can't study at all. I just have so much going on. I work too hard. I'm working these two jobs. I don't know the blah, the da, the da, the da. Excuses, excuses, excuses. It's pretty much cut back on your work. Cut back. Like, try to use your vacation time, use your sick days, use something, but cut back on your work so you can study. And go like that. And also try to cut back on other areas in your life where you could be studying. Like, we all procrastinate. Let's just be real. And I'm pretty sure that not all the time you need to go on Instagram or Facebook for 5 hours at a time, or YouTube and look at YouTube tutorials and stuff. Listen, I'm preaching to the choir, okay? I'm preaching to myself too. So, but I know what works for me, and I try to do what works for me, and it works for me. So these tips work for me, okay? But definitely cut back on areas of your life where you feel like you're devoting time, where you can be devoting time to your studies, and or cut back on your work hours if you feel like nothing is working, because ultimately you do not want to cut back on school, girl, because that is your ticket to not have to work so hard. Okay, so the goal is to never cut back on school. The goal is to cut back on your work and utilize those benefits, honey, and do what you need to do. So those are my tips on how to work while in nursing school. If you have any additional tips that you would like to share with us, feel free to leave it down below, because I'm always open to new things, because let's be real, your girl does not know everything, but I'm always learning, okay? Always. So anyways, y'all, it was a pleasure talking to y'all today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.